and that you have been keeping up with your marching orders for the month of March. Hello, everybody on Facebook, Business Without Limits, YouTube, wherever I'm at. Hi, this is just a quick pop up. Wanted to remind you guys that Spiritual Wholeness is starting on next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, Spiritual Wholeness training will be starting, and it's going to be 5 weeks, March 28th through April 25th. So if you know you need wholeness for your soul, if you need healing, if you need a deliverance in an area, spiritual wholeness training is for you. It deals with matters of the soul. I'll give you some examples. If you've been feeling stuck, like you are going in cycles, can't really seem to get the breakthrough in certain areas, even though you're putting your best efforts in, or you may start to get going, but you don't finish. You procrastinate. You feel fear in many areas. You feel intimidated. These kinds of things are soul issues, have unresolved matters, things that you haven't really dealt with, things that you need to get to the root to, circumstances that you notice keep repeating themselves. These are all matters of the soul, and these are things that we work to get to the root at in spiritual wholeness training. So if it sounds like you, any of those, and there's many, many more soul matters, but spiritual wholeness is where we get to the root of the issues of the soul. Let me give you guys a few more. Good evening, because I don't want you to miss it. It's just going to be for 5 weeks. We usually do it for 11. I'm sorry, we usually do it for 8 weeks, but we're condensing it, so it's going to be even more intense. But we're going to take care of business as we always do. So a lot of times when people are dealing with spiritual wholeness or a need for wholeness in an area of their soul, they need their minds renewed. They need deliverance. They need light in a particular area. They need healing, right, from trauma and things of that nature. But they notice that they can't quite get to where they're supposed to be. They're putting forth the efforts, or they have the mind to. They'll get encouraged, inspired, even empowered. However, when it's time to get the wheels moving, they kind of stagnate. They self sabotage, right? Self sabotage is an issue of the soul that needs to be maybe healed. It could be a trauma there. It could be something going on in the soul that the root needs to be brought to the surface and really probably snatched out and replaced with the proper image, with the proper truth, with the truth of the word of God, what God has said or declared about that particular area in life, or it might need a mind shift. Your soul, so you are a spirit, you live in a body, and you have a soul, which is makes up your mind, your imagination, your intellect. So you are not your soul, but your soul can be traumatized. Your soul can be unwell. It could be damaged. It could be bruised. It could be all kinds of things. And so you want to do the soul work, and you don't want to ignore the symptoms, right? Symptoms are triggers that you have when certain things are mentioned, when certain things happen to you. You keep repeating the same horrific situations. Am I talking to anybody, or did I hop on here tonight for nothing? Am I talking to anybody? Does anybody need soul work done? But freedom is available. And it starts with the acknowledgement. Some people are not aware of certain soul issues because they have buried it. They have hid it so deeply, locked it away in the chest inside of their soul, and they know how to function, even though it's dysfunctional functioning. They know how to function around these landmines. Okay, but if somebody were to step on one of those landmines of your soul, there would be a big explosion. You might go off. You might be reactionary. You might sabotage yourself or a situation that you're working on with them. It's a pretty dangerous thing to be walking around with a soul that is not healed. You stay in situations way too long. You accept abuse, and you also become an abuser. Okay, so acknowledgement is the first stage, and we'll be talking about this in the training, but you have to become aware of these things so that freedom can begin to take place, so that healing and deliverance can flow to you. And your peace cannot be negotiable. This is something that you want. You want peace to be clear. I want to hear the voice of God. You want peace in your life, your relationships, your companies that you're running. You want to know your purpose. You don't want to be stuck, not really understanding what you are here in this earth to do. You want to be able to hear the voice of God clearly so that you can obey and get moving into destiny. You want to have beneficial relationships that are fruitful, that are kind, that are loving, that bring forth the fruitfulness that God has ordained them to bring forth. And so you don't want to walk around with a wounded or traumatized soul. You want to do the soul work. And so that's what spiritual wholeness is going to help with. So we have 5 weeks of this training starting March 28th, and we're going to meet every single Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then we are also going to, where are my Facebook people? And then we're also going to have strategic prayer times. We will pray through the midnight watch. We might pray early morning prayers, different prayers. We will pray to break certain things or to combat certain things. We will do certain things to get certain things removed. Even though you are redeemed, these things have obviously been still affecting you, or you would be further along in certain areas of life. We also do deliverance sessions during the 5 weeks. And so I'm just hopping on here to remind you guys that Spiritual Wholeness does, in fact, start March 28th, but Friday, March 24th is the last day that you can bundle Spiritual Wholeness training with the Trailblazers retreat. So Friday, March 24th is the absolute last day that you can receive the bundle discount, which is you get both for the same price of one. So that's Spiritual Wholeness is 5 weeks, and our Trailblazers retreat is May 18th through the 21st. We're going to be in San Diego, California at Amora Sorello's Legacy Resort Spa and Hotel. And if you can bundle that, which will mean that the Spiritual Wholeness is completely free, and you get the price of the retreat for the same price, and you get the 5 weeks. So I just wanted to hop on and remind you guys about that. I know it's pretty late and some of you are in different parts of the world. But any questions about spiritual wholeness? Any questions about the bundle? And I hope you guys are getting signed up. To sign up for spiritual wholeness, you can go to compassuniversity.com. That's with the K, compassuniversity.com with the K. And you can also grab the bundle there as well. I don't know how many of you guys are on here, but I just felt I wanted to come on and mention it, even if some of you see the replay later. I don't want you to miss the opportunity, because I really do spiritual wholeness training because it is a lot of spiritual work. It is dealing with a lot of soul issues, but we're doing it for 5 weeks. And whoever is supposed to get in that net, we want you to be in there so that you don't miss the opportunity to advance in your purpose, to advance in life, advance in your family, your business, whatever it is, with your health, with your finances, spiritual, getting your soul whole, delivered, getting some relief from whatever has been bogging you down, keeping you stuck, is going to give you levels of relief so that you can get going. Okay. So that's all I had. I was just hopping on to give you guys that and to remind you that Friday is the last day to get the bundle, and that spiritual wholeness is starting on Tuesday, March 28th. God bless you guys. Go to compassuniversity.com, go to courses, and you will find all of the information about spiritual wholeness training. I'm going to pop the link actually up here so that you guys have that. And for you guys that are on IG, it is actually in my bio. Any questions about it? I know this is not my regular time to be on. No questions, IG? Okay. Well, I'll see you guys next time.